Hey guys and gals, let's unbox and take a look at the Holiday Camper Van by Lego City. This is set number 60454, contains 385 pieces, retails for $29.99, and the set was provided by the Lego Group for early review. Thank you, Lego. Looks like a nice holiday adventure here up in the mountains, and looks like a nice camper van. So we get 3 minifigures. I do like the style of this camper van, and we do have the 3 figures. So we got 2 adults and an infant. We even get a guitar too. And here's the back. So it looks like this opens up and all sorts of stuff. I have a feeling that these are stickers, but just by first impressions, this looks pretty interesting. Alright, let's unbox this and see what we have inside. And yes, Lego has gotten rid of the tape and still using those thumb pusher things. And surprisingly, this one doesn't look like it's packed sloppy. Oh, yikes. Yeah, well, we got a TV in there too. Oh, that's camping. We don't want to be camping like we're at home. Here's the building guide. So that's not too bad. I can tell you right now, this is probably not going to be a collaborative build, but I can be wrong. And let's see what we have here. 4 bags of bricks. I wonder how bad that's scratched right there. Well, the only way to find out is to build it. So join me on my second channel. We're going to build the set, come back, and take a closer look. Here is the Holiday Camper Van all assembled, and it's a nice Class C motorhome. So we're going to start with our minifigures and accessories. Nice printwork for the torso. She's also got a croissant and a guitar, so maybe she uses this to play that. We don't know. And I think she's got a double-sided head. I wouldn't be angry if I was on a camping trip. And we got this gentleman here sitting down. Let me pop him out of the seat. It's got the baby carrier, so you get the infant included. And he's got a sad face. Yeah, that's how I am when I have to go home from vacation. And here's the infant. I'm trying to get him out of here, but he can be a bit stubborn. Let's give it one more shot. Yeah, I don't want to have to mutilate the whole thing, but that's essentially what he is. Now, in addition to that, you get yourself a really small fire ring. That's pretty cool. And 2 chairs and a little table. They just use the bottom one of these choker shells and a tile on the top. That's really cool. Well, we don't care about those right now because we want to take a look at the camper, because that's the main thing. Okay. And the door does open up. I wish the graphics were printed, but the door is printed, so you don't have to worry about fussing with the sticker on that. So it's kind of dark in there. And here's the back. And before I forget, the hood opens up. So this just pulls forward here. Pretty cool. It's nice to see working, opening, functioning hoods. In addition, the doors do open up here too inside the cab. Alright, here's the back side. And before I forget, let's do all the exterior stuff first. There's so many things here hidden. So here, we got our battery. Tells us how much we charged up here. And here, we have our hookups. This thing is really nice. This is more like my quality. Honestly, I'm really impressed with how Lego crams so much stuff in there. And then here's the top. You got the sunroof. Okay, now this thing will open up too. We'll just do this. Now, believe it or not, it's got all the essential features of a Class C. We got a set of bunk beds. That's possibly a baby crib. We have a toilet in there. This slides out of the way, so you got some privacy, which is really cool. And here we got a kitchen. Well, let's take the top off because that removes. Now we got more light in there. My bad. This door doesn't fall out. You just open this up. You got a little space here. That's for the thing, but the problem is if you're coming in and somebody's got that open, you're going to have a problem. Because, yeah. Although it looks like there's a partition in there, which is kind of cool. But it's nice to see that a bathroom was actually incorporated in here, and you got your little kitchen. I thought something was missing here, but that's the way it's supposed to be. So you got your sink, you got a little stove with a coffee pot. I mean, you got to have coffee in the morning. And then a baby bottle. And yeah, I mean, this thing is spot on. Now, now I have to take apart the minifigures because I want to try out the bunk beds. And somebody lost his head. He's getting excited over this too. Yeah, I am excited because we're going on vacation. So I'm assuming the husband and wife are going to have to sleep separately on this trip. So we're going to put him, we'll put him at the top. So he fits on the bed, which is real cool. Okay, you don't need that croissant and guitar where you're going. And we'll set her there. Okay. And then the baby, we can pop him out of here now. I'm assuming it's a he. So you got this piece. And the baby can go inside of the crib. See if I can get there without anything falling off. So yeah, that's pretty good for what that is. Now, in addition, you can take your table and chairs and you can set them in here. So you just kind of tack these down. I kind of wish these had jumper plates on the bottom so you could do that. I'm sure you could probably use your own pieces for that. And there you go. And you got storage for this stuff too if you want stored in the bathroom. So I do like the idea that this opens up here. That's all it is. At least you got some privacy. And yeah, a minifigure can fit inside the bathroom. So you can just set him in there. If I can get him in there real quick. And yeah, close the door. I mean, this thing is thought out very well. Very well. All right. And when we're on the road, we can toss everything in here. Just close that up. Okay. Come on, get that croissant in there. Whoops. And we can put the fire pit on the top of the camper if you want. Now, I like about this because it's also thought of very well for the front portion of the cab. Okay, let's get the baby out of here. And the table and everything else. This doesn't stay in there. You just have to set it back in there. And I like this because there's studs here. You can set two minifigures side by side. But I like about this, you can put the baby back in the baby carrier. And you can hear the phone ding while I'm doing that. See? Now he's attached to the seat. I mean, that's really clever. I like that. So it doubles up as a car seat too. So I don't think I have any of those in my cars, so my cars are not really meant for children. But we can set our minifigures in here. We'll have her be the driver because the husband's a little irresponsible right now. He's just too happy because he's just so glad to be out of town. And we're going to put these in here side by side. And there you go. Now the baby, unfortunately, cannot sit in the front. You'd have to have one of them hold the baby. But maybe you can. Whoa, you're losing your wig there over that. Hey, you got to love my sloppy reviews. You know, I don't script these. They're just done as is. This is all ad-libbed. If you're looking for professionalism, this channel is not it. All right. And then let's see if he'll fit in there with the baby carriers. So he'll have to hold on to the baby. And like I had mentioned, though, these are all these are not to be construed as professional product reviews. I'm just an average hobbyist. So let's see if he will fit in the vehicle with the baby carrier. Well, let me get his hands down real quick here. I try not to make these long, but I want to show every detail on something really good like this. Will he fit in there? Let's see if he does. Not quite. Well, we can cheat and take that off there. Yeah, not really. Let's see here. I don't think he's going to fit in. That's the whole point about these. You got the mugs in the way. So if you took those mugs out in there, I'm sure he'll fit in there. So it's a little bit of a tight fit. Lego needs to come out with a custom piece that goes on the top of those. But all in all, though, it is a nice camper van. I enjoyed putting this one together. And we'll save my opinions for the review, which will be here in a few moments. But she's got to drive away. She needs a break herself, you know. And, yeah. And honestly, I enjoyed putting this model together. Well, let's start with my build experience. And this was one good build experience. This is probably one of the very few sets I'll probably remember building. There was never a dull moment in the construction of the build. The instructions were easy to follow, but you got to be careful. You may forget a piece or two, so just kind of go through it very slow. And in addition, the stickers. Stickers are evenly spaced out, so it's not too bad. Build quality seems pretty good. It didn't have really anything fall apart, and everything seems pretty sound in this model. Everything's complete. So I didn't see anything really flake off this model. So it's built for play. This is not just a shelf queen. This is built for play. City drop-in value is pretty good with this model. You can pick this up and scoop it up, put it right in. Even the fire pit. Although I would have changed this probably to some maybe sand yellow to kind of make it look more like ground, like dirt, soil. But it's not too bad for what it is. And in addition to that, you can use the pieces to make other creations. This has got pretty much all the essential pieces you need to make a camper, which is really cool. As far as how the set was packed, this windscreen did not get any scratches. But these two windows here got scratches. There's one here and one here. Even the skylight came without a scratch, but these two ones. And there's no brick separator with this set, so if you need something to help you take apart the bricks, if you make a mistake, you're going to need to rustle one up really quick. Because this is a set you do need a brick separator. Why did Lego leave one out of this? I don't know, especially for a $29.99 set. So it leaves my final score at a 7.5 out of 10. Just probably 0.2 for stickers. Maybe half a point for the lack of a brick separator, but mainly due to scratched pieces. I'm going to emphasize on this. To Lego, you need to really learn how to pack these sets, especially the transparent pieces. It's getting ridiculous seeing all this stuff coming in scratch, especially for pricey sets. I mean, Lego's not a cheap hobby to get into. It just kind of makes the build feel used and cheap. I mean, this is a nice model, but I was disappointed with the way it was packed. But for me personally, though, it's a nice build to put together, especially during the spring and summer months, if you're going on a camping trip. And honestly, though, this would look good in my campground display, because this is done. This is something I can pick up and put in my own MOC. And honestly, though, I'm pretty pleased with how this thing turned out. I mean, it's got all the essential pieces of a typical Class C motorhome you would find. It's just the scratch windows I'm having a hard time looking past. But tell me what you think.